Sir, welcome to the broadcast. Now, first of all, quickly tell us, for our viewers, what are offshore funds in a layman language?
So basically, it's a very simple term where the mutual funds are investing across the world.
Okay.
And these are funds which are in different countries, so they have different jurisdictions and they are in different, this could be mutual funds, different denominations. So it's a very simple term, basically mutual funds which are being invested across the country and overseas markets.
Okay. Now, Hindenburg, a US-based short seller, alleged that head of India's market regulator, Madhabi Puri Butch, held hidden stakes in obscure offshore funds in Bermuda and Mauritius. Sir, what is the credibility of the report by this short seller, who is questioned time and again by several bodies, not just in India, but in many places across the world?
So, yes, I have read that report, and I'm also aware of the Hindenburg report that was sent earlier. And as you mentioned, the activities and the reports that Hindenburg generally brings across. My only worry is the way this report has been brought up, the way 2 days back there was a report there's going to be something very important on India. Means in case there is a genuine concern of an investor or a genuine concern of a research institution, I do not think that's the way to go about. The very way they went about was very surprising and very suspicious as to what is the sole purpose and objective of this report. As far as the allegations of the report are concerned, there are certain things which have been mentioned. As you know, Hindenburg has also earlier attacked Adani Group, and that time there were also lots of hue and cry and worry in the country as to what is happening in our country. Now you know that SEBI is our regulator, and I have worked in RBI, which is another regulator. You know SEBI is our regulator. And in India, our regulators enjoy great reputation. RBI, SEBI, excellent reputation. And people who are brought into these institutions, they are brought after huge scrutiny. And the concerned SEBI chairman about which things are being discussed, she has been also a member of SEBI. That means she has been in a very responsible position earlier before she graduated to become the chairman. The scrutiny that each individual goes in the regulatory entity is intense. So therefore, as a very successful regulator that our country, SEBI, RBI, IRDA, the insurance regulator are, and the country is doing so well, the economy is doing so well, despite all the challenges that have come in the last few years.
I'll come to that. Definitely.
Growing economy. So many times I'm not sure about what are the intentions of such research.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that, sir. Let me ask you directly. Do you believe there is a conspiracy behind these allegations?
I am not sure about conspiracy, but having worked abroad in various institutions and been abroad, if any other country is doing very well, sometimes other countries are not very comfortable with it. Means I have done my research abroad most of the years and worked in multilateral agencies. I know about what happened between the US and Japan, and anybody can Google and see the Louvre Accord. So therefore, when Japan was growing very fast, there were situations in Japan which were not very comfortable to many countries. So therefore, sometimes these countries, sometimes the corporations, sometimes research bodies, they are not very sure of what is happening in this fast-growing country. So they, in a way, could be writing investigative reports which question the very basics of a regulator or of another country. So I'll not be surprised. I may not call it a conspiracy, but I certainly feel not in good taste.
Okay, Dr. Charan, coming on to what you were saying, for a fact, India is the fastest growing economy in the world and is making waves in various sectors. There is no doubt about that. Do you agree? Every time, whenever it sees any person, organization excelling, Hindenburg comes with its so-called report to malign the image of the same.
So So that is exactly my worry, that as a regulator, SEBI has done a sterling work and RBI has done a sterling work. India's regulators are a matter of pride for all of us. Different situations happened. As you know, 1997 Asian crisis happened. Indian regulators came out very successfully. In 2008, Lehman Brothers happened. Indian regulators came out very successfully. During COVID, again, Indian regulators came out very successfully. Indian regulators have come out very successfully despite all the challenges.
Yeah.
So sometimes a question can be raised, and that's not something to worry about. I would really think that we are a country which is also, between our country there are so many ifs and buts. There are so many discussions. Our regulatory institutions, our judiciary, and also our public forum discussions are so strong that in case there is a weakness somewhere which emerges, one is able to fix it out very, very rapidly and very quickly. It's a continent-sized country, different entities, 2 major stock exchanges SEBI regulates. Each of them has 5,000 odd listed companies. They are doing roaring business. So I'm sure within the mechanism of the country, the ecosystem that prevails within the country, there's so much of corrective mechanism if something is brought to the notice. So therefore, the way the report has come and the way it positioned itself, the way it said, we are going to come out with something, that really is not a scholarly or a good type of approach in case something is there. Now within the country, I can tell you for sure, Supreme Court looked up the report on Adani and satisfied itself. So within the country there are corrective mechanisms, and within the country I can tell you that the regulatory choice of institutions and members is so strict within the country that it's very difficult to put a person of any doubtful integrity. So therefore, when SEBI takes some regulatory measures which can be harsh or which may not be really comfortable to some, there is every possibility that somebody is trying to play it out. But I think that's not the way. And within the country, there is a corrective mechanism. And I'm sure the government, which is also very, very cautious on these issues. Why is it so cautious? Because we are the recipients of a very large amount of foreign institutional investment and foreign direct investment. So therefore, we are also very, very careful. The regulator, a part is careful, but the government is also very careful. Every time there's a report like this, the government goes deep into it, examines it, satisfies itself, and then comes out if there is need for a corrective measure.
Okay, all right. Dr. Sharan, now, how do you see markets reacting to this controversy?
So my own feeling is the country is so vast, and I've already used the term continent-sized country. The state is strong, the 5,000 listed companies is as strong as any other international market. So my own feeling is that the market has the depth to understand, also understands the timing, also understands that the judiciary and the ecosystem and the government are strongly looking into each such allegation, quote unquote, allegation, and examining it. So I think the confidence, the credibility of the institution is very strong, and I am sure once the government goes deep into it and more data has to come out and more facts have to come out, and there is a report, there has been a statement from the SEBI chairman, and all those things are coming out. And I'm very sure in such a transparent manner as things are coming out, stock market should not be taken.
All right.
To my mind, the depth of the market, the understanding of the people, understanding that Hindenburg does such reports many times, many other reports could also come.
Okay.
Within the country, there are lots of talks going on all the time.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for your analysis, sir, and it was wonderful having you on the show.